starting at 650. I'm liking how these artists are moving. A lot of them, the ones that don't get a lot of credit. In particular, NBA YoungBoy, how he's moving. He has a concert. I mean, he's on tour, and his tour is really. They're packing houses. I mean, they're packing arenas, and 25,000 packed. People are there. They're screaming. The energy that he's exuberating on stage. You know what I mean? He might not have. I'm not really. I would listen to NBA YoungBoy about way before COVID. Just checking him out. He's very talented. So he might not have the mainstream media outside of what he's done wrong or whatever. Of course, he's on house arrest. But since he's gone through his situation, he's been on tour and he's been running it up. The numbers are, and he's an independent artist, and he's doing it his way. He's not doing those industry games with mainstream labels and stuff like that. So that's why I appreciate his hustle, because his tours are packed, man. He's packing the house, bro. And without all that politics, so rumor has it he's probably maxing in tour income for himself, $800,000 a show for independent artists. I know these labels are like, whoa, they might have to come in concert in partnership. Because they, and he's the vibe, man. He's the vibe. Everybody wants to be at this show, man. People are crying because the show got canceled. In Chicago of all places, people were upset. They were like not feeling it. They was like, man, But obviously, the Lil Durk situation and stuff like that, for safety reasons, I think they did the smart thing. If you don't, why ask the questions when you can just avoid it? So I think that was more like preventive maintenance, and so I agree with that. Even though he has fans up there, a lot of them they were heartbroken, and it goes to show you the impact that NBA YoungBoy has on the culture. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing it his way, you know what I mean? So he's free, he's not controlled. The numbers he's running up you can't turn a blind eye to them. They're impressive. So shout out to NBA YoungBoy, man. He's doing it. Like I said, I was listening to him pre-COVID. I was tapping into his music, and not the biggest fan, but he's got some joints. He's got some joints for sure. He's got some joints. And he's not even, he doesn't have, he's not, he hasn't been linking up with your Drakes and all this. This is all, this is all him. You know what I mean? And it's not just regional. He's nationally, has a vibe, and he has a phenomenon going for real. So if you haven't been paying attention, man, check him out, NBA YoungBoy. And shout out to Nas and the Mass Appeal for giving a lane to some of our favorite artists. Just heard the single with Big L and Nas. I think You Don't Have a Chance. I believe that's the single. I could be wrong, but I apologize if I'm wrong with that title. But obviously they got a big L verse, which is fire on there. I really like the video. I like the song. I like Nas' verse. He bodied his verse. Big L did his thing. Big L is just technically one of the greatest MCs. I know people throw that word great out, but he was truly great. Make no mistake about it. Big L was a monster on the microphone. He was unique, creative, funny, had it all, the total packages. And then, obviously, he was his his life was cut short. So, but I think he was going to be the next one. He was working towards that. I think it was just a matter of fact. It was right there for him. And then unfortunately, like I said, he was murdered. But again, Mass Appeal, Big L, Slick Rick's album, dropped the album on Mass Appeal. Of course, Raekwon, his album he dropped. Ghostface dropped Supreme Clientele 2. And the latest was Mobb Deep, Mobtober. I mean, that's what Nas was saying, Mobtober. Mob's Deep, the Infinite album just dropped on the 10th of this month. And Big L's album is going to be dropping on the 31st of this month. With albums to come, you have an album with De La Soul that's coming via Mass Appeal, and Nas and Primo's collaboration album, long-awaited collaboration album. I think we'll finish the year out in December. Is there another one though? I think that might be it. I'm not sure, but it might be another one. I'm not sure, but anyway. Yeah, shout out to Nas, man. Shout out to Nasir Jones and the whole team over there at Mass Appeal for their rollouts have been nice. Like I said, that Slick Rick album, that started it off, the whole, continuation of the series, the Legend series that they're calling it. And it's just been, I'm telling you, man, everything has been hitting. Everything. There's not been a bad album that's came out. I mean, that's just for me. I'm just going to say, from my ears, I enjoyed every last one of them. Replay value was there. There's some singles. There's some joints on it. That Mobb Deep album is actually it's just a masterpiece of an album. A masterpiece. They did a great job on that Mobb Deep album. So check it out, man. Nas is doing this thing with his label, and I support it all the way around the board. I support Mass Appeal and their efforts for giving the elder statesmen their lane and their freedom to do the album they want to do, and in this partnership. And hey, it's been so far a smash success, I believe, musically, and I think we've been blessed in 2025. And what Nas is doing for hip hop has to be applauded, man. Because if the mainstream media don't want to pick that up, then that's shame on them. Because Nas is doing this thing for the culture. Anyway, that's all I have. Vanguardian 650. Peace.